Welcome to round 6 of the 2022 Porsche 944 Challenge Series Australia. Round 6 is proudly presented by Advanced Fitness, with thanks to our supporting partners: 888 Home Loans, Poolmaster Bayside, AVI Technology, Seat Time Race Solutions, Smith's TMP, Raceline, Yokohama, Pit Lane Clothing, Porsche Australia. The final standalone national event is known as Island Magic and forms round 6 of the 944 Challenge Series. This, the final event of the year, sees the championship move back to the iconic Phillip Island Grand Prix circuit. The Phillip Island Grand Prix circuit has a length of 4.4 kilometres and runs in an anti-clockwise direction. The circuit is known for its high average speed, fast flowing nature, undulation and stunning scenery. It has 12 turns. The key corners to watch out for are Turn 1, with an entry point of just on 230 kilometres an hour. Turn 4, formerly known as Honda Corner, a tight hairpin which provides great passing opportunities. Lukey Heights and MG, a steep drop down part of the track, another great passing opportunity. And Turn 12, a high speed, fast flowing corner which leads onto the long Gardner Straight. Qualifying took place on Saturday morning, and it was the reigning champion, Jamie Westaway, who took pole over arch rival Cameron Bella. Adam Brewer starts from P3 in the AVI Technology car alongside veteran Richard Howe, who makes his 21st appearance at the Island Magic event. Lyndon Watson brings up the third row, next to the number 77 of Joey Callock. The West Australian, Tim Wolfe, starts from row 4, with Tony Westaway alongside him. Josh Brisbane comes next in position 9, alongside the Poolmaster entry of Andrew Jackman. Sidelink driver Mark Verdino comes out of position 11, next to English expat Keith Mariner. Tony Andrzejewski is out of P13, with normal front runner Mark Torbitz in P14. Young gun Carter Fox comes from position 15, alongside Vlad Kennedy in the Scarlet number 23. James Mitchell in the Martini liveried car comes from P17, with John Vanoris unfortunately failing to set a qualifying time, meaning he won't take the grid for Race 1. Race 1 began on Saturday afternoon, and the field rolled out in dry but overcast conditions.
So here we go, Porsche 944's about to leave the lane, with thanks to
Joey Callock would start from pit lane.
And I'm actually seeing we've actually got a pit lane starter for this one as well. So Joey Callock, the 1-800 lasagna machine, he's going to have to be released out of pit lanes. He actually said, there it is, just from our point of view, just right down here, Joey Callock will start from pit lane. The green flag at the back. So first of the preliminary races for Island Magic 2022 is underway, and that was a very, very smart reaction time from Cam Bella off the line there.
It was Westaway and Bella who got away first, with Bella making the best of it. Watson also gained ground ahead of Howe at the start. However, as is often the case in the 944 Challenge Series, it wasn't long before chaos ensued.
And we got Adam Brewer, I could just see, was putting two wheels in the grass at turn number 2, and he's gone. And he's well off and gone, and he will not get out of there at all.
With Brewer unfortunately finding the grass and gravel on cold tyres at turn 2. The leaders, Westaway and Bella, began their fight early. Westaway gaining an early advantage, but with Brewer stranded and race officials and marshals on track, it was only a matter of time before the safety car was called.
Now the safety car gets called, so that's critical. They're the boards going out now, so he's got that move done. He's got that position back.
Circuit officials were quick to clear Brewer out of the gravel, and he would rejoin at the back of the field.
Gain spot. So for Adam Brewer, it's just valuable track time now. He's going to be circulating at the back. He'll start tomorrow morning's second race from the back of the grid unless it...
Lights out on the safety car.
Jamie Westaway has control of the field. Give them a little bit of respite.
And with the race properly underway, it was Westaway from Bella, with Watson and Howe keen to join the party early.
Jamie Westaway has not sort of left it fairly late, but he's timed his run pretty well to insulate himself from any potential attack.
Torberts, having jumped Kennedy, saw an opening on Mariner.
And for Mark Torberts, for him it's wasting no time. He's attached to the back of Keith Mariner. So maybe it might have been Vlad Kennedy just being pounced on by Mark Torberts there at the restart.
Despite not being able to do it early,
it's just part of the circuit. Can go side by side through here and leave plenty of space. Torberts will have the inside line here.
he cemented that spot at the hairpin.
As you get done, that actually opens the door for the number 27 machine of Tony Andreevski to...
Wolf fancied his chances against Howe, dropping down into the bottom of MG corner. But the number 8 held his ground, and the two went side by side, heading into the fast turn 12. The biggest incident of the race saw the coming together of Brisbane and Andreevski.
Oh, contact! Josh Brisbane and Tony Andreevski, that's at MG.
Stunning on-board visor cam footage from Torberts managing to capture the Brisbane spin. The number 27 of Andreevski did manage to drive away, but Brisbane was going nowhere.
But that's some substantial damage on the Josh Brisbane number 56 machine. I don't know if he's going to be able to get that out of there in any great hurry.
No, he's broken a bottom ball joint.
Yeah, there's the number 27.
And as the race continued, the chance of a second safety car became very real. Eventually though, officials decided to stick with the double waved yellows, warning fellow drivers, but keeping the race alive.
See flag marshals waving them furiously. And let's see the lines that are taken here. Yeah, smart call. Wide line, very, very wide line. There's debris all over the track as well, so everybody's aware of it.
Andreevski tried his best to scramble back to the pits, but to no avail.
And actually he's in the pit lane right now, but he's well offline.
Brewer saw his chance to climb up the rankings, nabbing firstly Torberts into turn 1.
Here we go again, Mark Torberts. Adam Brewer's actually buying into this as well. Torberts' seated position. We're getting word through that this is going to be the last lap.
And then Mariner into turn 2, which also left the door open for Kellick to chase down Torberts. It didn't take long before they found 2 into 1 just doesn't go. And as the onboard footage showed, the number 74 coming off second best after a solid tap from behind.
Or is that Joey Kellick looking, nudging Mark Torberts. I think he just got him under brakes there. That car didn't spin on its own. I think that Joey might have been a little bit too late on the brake pedal, and I guess the old adage is your rear bumper is my brake marker. Here's the pass. Here's what happened from the other angle. So you can see here, I think Kellick was just a little bit, the car wiggled, and the contact's so incidental there, Ken.
Just a bit of rear wheel lock up under brakes.
Just a little.
Back at the front, Westaway was never really troubled. And with the race called due to time, he cruised home.
So this will be a preliminary 1 win for Jamie Westaway. He's taken most of the wins this year in the Vic State Race Series. And he's actually cleared away from Cam Bella. He's got quite a healthy margin. I think Bella's sort of just resigned to the fact that, you know what, still got plenty to play for tomorrow, and if he can get himself into a good mindset and hopefully get the better of this temperature that he's got, he'll give Jamie a run for his money.
So it was the usual front runners, with Jamie Westaway taking line honours, Cam Bella home in second, Lyndon Watson took out a solid third from Richard Howe. Tim Wolf hanging on to 5th spot by the barest of margins, literally just 1/10 of a second over Tony Westaway. Joey Kellick grabbed the final top 10 spot, with Torberts' spin dropping him back down to 13th. Andreevski and Brisbane failing to finish. Race 2 on Sunday morning.
A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Phillip Island Grand Prix circuit for the 32nd running. Can you believe it? 32nd running of Island Magic. There we are in the commentary booth. This is Andy Tudor. He's going to be calling the 944. Steve DeVries. Hi, I'm Darren Smith.
And again, in dry but overcast conditions, it was Westaway and Bella who took up the front row.
Cam Bella and Jamie Westaway again lock out the front row. There's absolutely no doubt that they are the head and shoulders the best in the 944 game and have been for the last couple of seasons. Jamie's just ticked the box on 2 wins. Prior to that, Cam Bella dominated the class. Away we go. It is a perfect start for the teal car and the gold car. They'll go side by side down into turn number 1.
This time, Westaway managed to grab the lead. With Watson in close proximity in third.
Stream through turn 1. It's Westaway that leads, and this has been the signature for Jamie. This is what we knew for the best part of 3 seasons. If someone was going to beat Cam Bella, it was you had to beat him into turn number 1 because he had a superior cold tyre car, and he...
Verdino and Culloch were early movers. Number 77 managing to grab a spot at the hairpin on cold tyres.
Coming up under brakes, there's Richard Howe, looks to the inside of the Lynn Watson car. There goes the Kellogg car, the 800 Lasagna car.
The real hard charger though was Brewer, already storming up to 8th after starting second last on the grid. Grabbing Kennedy at the bottom of MG corner and taking Jackman along for the ride as well.
And that's Adam Brewer. He's trying to push his way through the field. And he's done a pretty good job so far. 23, just opening up the corner there just to allow them through. So Vlad just seeing that discretion the better part of Valor there. And
Wolf saw his opportunity on Tony Westaway. Into the fast turn 1.
yeah, 66 now, screaming on through. This is Tim.
That fight also enabled Culloch to close up too.
The back of them now, and then there's the number 3 there, Tony Westaway. Through turn number 2.
Whilst those 3 were fighting, all the while, Brewer continued his charge, taking both Culloch and Wolf into MG corner.
Accounts Brewer. Now he has found his way nicely, very, very nicely up inside the top 5 now as well. So that's a pretty storming drive coming from the rear of the grid in the number 31 AVI Technology Porsche.
And then Tony Westaway, under brakes into the tight hairpin turn 4.
So right in the back there, pulls out wide, sets himself up for the inside run, and that is an experienced manoeuvre right there, setting himself up, I would suggest, coming off turn 1, getting himself right in behind Westaway. And
back in the pack, Kennedy, Torbitts and Mariner continued their fight.
we have a look at Mark Torbitts, his charge now. There he is in the number 74. Drifts to the outside. Vlad's got that very well covered, driving straight at the early apex there. That will affect his exit speed, that's for sure. And in fact, will probably play into Keith Mariner's game plan there, because he held the, let's call it the classic line, and it gives you better exit speed than both these two. They're racing with each other.
One that would go down to the wire. Whilst up the front, Bella saw a chance coming out of MG corner and nabbed the lead over Westaway.
Cam Bella has got through now and leads the race.
Only to see the famous Phillip Island slipstream be put to full use by the reigning champion down the long Gardner Straight.
He's having another crack at him.
Oh, look at this, around the outside. Westaway takes advantage of the toe and gets on through.
Bella wasn't giving up though, and the two champions went literally side by side into turn 4.
Bella now looking to the inside. Here's the classic manoeuvre. He'll get him too. Same manoeuvre he did last lap. Jamie Westaway leaves it open. They go side by side.
And then into turn 5. Eventually, Westaway edged narrowly ahead.
They go side by side through Siberia. This is going to play out the Ausfield Oils distributors entry. And it does.
Back in the field, Mitchell, Fox and Andreevski were not giving an inch, with hard-fought racing going into turn 1. The number 27 of Andrzejewski eventually gained the upper hand over Fox, coming off Lukey Heights. Kellogg was under pressure from Jackman. Mariner and Torberts wanted a top 10 finish, chased Ferdinand hard. And after coming across a stricken Kellogg, none of these three were giving an inch, right to the finish. Up front, once again, Westaway was cool, calm and collected. He grabbed the victory, albeit in a closer fashion than race 1.
Here is our race leader, and a couple of 100 metres time you'd have to suggest our race winner Jamie Westaway doing a magnificent job in the season 2022 and takes race number 2 for the Isola D Capri Porsche 944s here at Island Magic.
Wolf and Tony Westaway had one of the closest battles all race, with the finish eventually coming down to literally hundredths of a second at the line.
Here comes Wolf, and he just pips Tony in the end. So they've been running side by side for all 8 laps, so that's a good result.
Mariner and Torberts also had a great battle, with the number 64 of Mariner taking that by inches.
A brilliant job there as well. James Mitchell, Carter Fox, and that rounds out our Isola D Capri Porsche 944.
So an almost replica result from race 1 for race 2. Jamie Westaway takes the win over Cameron Bella, with Lyndon Watson home in 3rd. Adam Brewer had a storming race to come home in 4th, Keith Mariner rounding out the top 10. Mark Torberts just outside the top 10 in 11th, over Joey Kellogg and Vlad Kennedy. Carter Fox rounds out the field. Sunday afternoon, race 3, the feature and final race of the championship year for 2022. It began under heavy cloud, but for the moment in dry conditions.
Well and truly in the starters' hands now. Green flag has been waved.
The front row of Westaway and Bella showed the field a clean pair of heels off the line, but it just wouldn't be the 944 challenge without one final piece of drama for the year. And in one of the scariest near misses the series has seen, as the field streamed into the very high speed turn 1, Watson lost the rear of his machine, causing a massive slide and lock up.
Oh, tank slapper there for Lyndon Watson, the number 5. Exhausts the pressure out of the cabin. The tailgate comes up and closes conveniently NASCAR style.
Nudging Brewer onto the grass, despite spinning back onto the circuit unbelievably. The whole field somehow managed to get round him without incident or damage. This left the door wide open for Wolf, but quickly slotted into P3.
Out at all, and everybody backed right out of it, which meant he maintained position. But he just looks like he's peeling off now. He's coming in.
Fired up Jackman had lost spots in the carnage to Kennedy, and he was eager to fight back early to make up those positions. Kellogg wanted an early piece of Ferdinand. him down the straight and into turn 1. And as the pressure mounted, and with an apparent brake bias mechanical issue, Verdino lost it under brakes into the
So
hairpin.
he's got himself a really good run, and I know that sort of 5th is the best he's done, and was very proud of that in the last round, and he's really made a big difference. Looks like the side of the car's gone.
All by himself there. That was put the wheel out on the ripple strip, grabbed a handful of brake, and car just went sideways. So Verdino, who had pushed really hard and came up through the field in the 44, has now just gone to the back of the field with a unusual incident. I would suggest put it on. We go coming around under brakes here. This will be the Verdino incident. Yeah, actually it's a right rear that locked up first, then obviously went to grab a whole lot more brake, and bit of bias from left to right there. Not sure what would have caused that.
Again, probably just a bit cold, lap 2, and they weren't quite up to speed, and immediately as soon as you touch them, very twitchy in those early laps, and not enough heat into the tyres.
Andy, we've had
That fight allowed Torbitts to also close up on Kennedy too, eventually nabbing him through the fast hay shed section of the track. Dickie Howe's strong weekend came to an end with the veteran calling it quits in dramatic fashion. Firstly, losing bodywork, and then finding himself with a stuck throttle, a very scary proposition for the number 8, as he scrambled to leave the field in a safe way, eventually taking the scenic route home.
It's like there's maybe a loose wheel or something on that left front. Just trying to make his way around the edge of the gravel trap. It's a long way around.
Yeah, seems odd. Maybe it's a brake issue, and he was concerned that he wouldn't be able to pull it up where he wanted to, and he's gone to the grass to make sure he can get himself stopped.
Good on him. Vast experience there, and it showed actually. He didn't create any havoc to cause delays in the race. There's one of the front trim covers missing off the front of the car there. In fact, between the headlights.
And he's looking particularly strong with Westaway behind him.
Whilst mid-pack, Kellock and Jackman had their own battle, rubbing door handles going into turn 4.
As we see the 20 under brakes with the 77, Nelly are coming together there. Nelly are coming together between Joey Kellock and Andrew Jackman in the Poolmaster. Under brakes now. This is the number 7 of Carter Fox racing it with James Mitchell.
Mitchell and Fox also traded places on the same piece of track. And after fighting all the way up the back straight, it was Mitchell who eventually took the ascendancy under brakes. Verdino had fought back after his early spin and claimed a spot over Mariner, and then charged past Andrzejewski into the fast turn 1.
Yeah, look, with 2 laps to go, I think they'd be keeping the fingers well and truly crossed that stays away, and they probably are just going to be lucky. But yeah, look, Mark Verdino's now just overtaken Tony Andrzejewski, and he's showing really good pace, so probably be disappointed he had that spin early on and wasn't just a little
Yet
bit...
again, as he had done all year, in the end, fittingly, it was the reigning champion, Westaway, who came home to take victory in both the final race of the weekend and in the 2022 944 Challenge Series.
Beautiful drive, and what a stellar 2022, and rightfully so. Celebrating all the way to the line there is Jamie Westaway. He's normally had a Cambella that he's holding a staunch steering wheel aiming at that checkered flag, but celebrating there, and Jamie Westaway takes out a stellar 2022 season. And I tell you what, he doesn't want to rest on his laurels, because in P2 is the guy that won't be resting on his laurels. You can rest assured that car will be pulled apart and put back together again in race-winning form for Cameron Bella, and we look forward to the 2023 season.
So for the final race of the year, it's Jamie Westaway who takes another victory over Cameron Bella, with Adam Brewer rounding out his season on a high. Joey Kellock and Andrew Jackman in the top 6, Mark Torbitts salvaged some points for the weekend, and Mark Verdino rounded out the top 10. James Mitchell came home to complete the finishes, whilst mechanical issues for Richard Howe and Lyndon Watson meant they failed to get across the line. And with that being the final race of the National Series in 2022, it's Jamie Westaway who's crowned overall champion. Cameron Balla, multiple champion himself, but this year comes home in second place. Adam Brewer rounds out a fantastic season to bring up the third place podium. Tim Wolfe completes the top 10 over the page, and it's a solid year for newcomers Carter Fox, Joey Culloch and Vlad Kennedy. Former champion Chris Lewis-Williams joined the series late, but watch out for him in 2023. Sizable incident for Andrew Jones meant he missed a lot of the season, but he'll be back. And Pete Doherty rounds out the championship.
As we, I guess, bid adieu, a bit of a list of sponsors. Porsche Cars Australia. Porsche Cars Australia do a tremendous job supporting the Porsche Pyramid from 944s and club racing through to Porsche Michelin Sprint Challenge, which we saw at the track yesterday, and ultimately Carrera Cup here in Australia and onwards to Super Cup, etc., etc. Advanced Fitness Gyms, 888 Home Loans, Poolmaster Bayside, ABI Technology, the major sponsor of Brewer, who got third in the title, Smith's TMP, Sept Time Race Solutions, Simulator Hire, and Pit Lane Clothing. Get yourself some Pit Lane Clothing.
If it's close, hard and fast racing in stunning Porsche machinery on some of Australia's best racetracks that you're after, head over to our website, www.944challenge.com. The 944 Challenge Series will be back, bigger and better than ever in 2023. We look forward to seeing you there. This has been a production by Pit Lane Media.